welcome to Vaught-Hemingway Stadium in Oxford, Mississippi. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. It's the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Ole Miss Rebels. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
Checking in with the Ole Miss head coach before the game. One of the big keys in this game plan here today is to get their transfer running back the ball. He has been terrific all season and really paced this team, but today he has an opportunity to go over 1,000 yards. He is early and often in the script. Coach said, we want to run the rock, really make sure that he gets that mark, but more importantly, it helps our team win every Saturday when he's rolling. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Bunch formation for these receivers. Throwing Russell. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And listen to this crowd. On the opening play of the game, the defense picks up a huge sack and they force a negative play. Just imagine, David, being this quarterback for a moment. You were already facing a lot of pressure. You were already facing a great pass rush. And it just feels like a tidal wave of emotion putting you in a hole early in the game. It'll be interesting to see how this offense can respond.
Yeah, I'm looking over and I'm like, all right, let's run something.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And can there be a better start for a defense than setting the tone with back-to-back sacks, forcing a 3rd and long, first time out the gates? Really good job by this defense.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Going to take a shot. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. From midfield, looking for room. They drag him down, and good coverage that time by the special team. On the ground, it's Daniels. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Sets his feet. It's Knight. Moving out to the right. Bought a little time. Lets it go. Pass is incomplete, but there is a flag, and the D might have been a little too rough on the quarterback there. They'll take the penalty and move them back. 3 yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. Here's the give off the left side. Turning it on. Pass to 6. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
And the Rebels getting set on 1st and 10. The give. Tackle is made right at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 4. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. They give it back to it. Could be an alley. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped. The Rebels trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's going for the goal line. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Rebels.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
Nice first down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run are high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a 2nd down and long situation.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Rides to the back. All over him immediately.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half. He's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
It's picked off. That's number 10. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver and they get to chase him. But really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Spins away from the defender. Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29.
And that's something this offense is going to try to do in this game, and they're doing it early. They want to establish the run game. They want to be more physical. They want to control the line of scrimmage. That's how they're going to attack this defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. The give to the lone running back. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28, and it's 3rd and long. Here comes the heat, and he avoids the sack.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
It is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over, and while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field goal.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. On the run, it's Bohannon. Nowhere to go.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
We talked to the offensive staff coming into this one. They knew going up against the top 25 defense with respect to sacks per game, they had to do a good job protecting the QB, but they have not been able to get that done so far. They've already now allowed 3 sacks in this game.
Gonna let it fly. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Here's a return from midfield. He's going to get loose. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Rebels offense is back on the field. They've built a quick double-digit lead now to try to get this offense really humming. Rush right in his face. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. He'll take a shot. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone.
Hey, man, guys, we talked about this one coming in. Like, this matchup on the outside is going to go a long way in determining the game. This is really good on really good. And so far, obviously,
just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. Guys, a double-digit lead is good, but more would have been better. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hill. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll ride him again. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. Keelan Russell shoots it to the left. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down.
Coaches look at this stat every single football game. How do you execute on 3rd down? And a lot of times, man, it's about being in position and making plays, and that's exactly what he did. The right spot, breaking on the football, being physical, setting the tone in this football game.
He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. The run to the left. Fights off a defender. Breaks into the open. He's got enough.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Hand off to the fullback. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. The give to the big fullback. Plows through the defense. Here's a little room there. How about that play on the ground? They get him out of bounds at the 34.
How do you not respect the big fellas? This doesn't take you back in the time machine to the days when a fullback was on the field every single play. Then you're missing out because fullbacks are awesome. They're just low maintenance. They're not divas like wide receivers. They just block most of the time, don't say much. And then you give them the football, and occasionally you get some big plays like this, and they hit somebody so hard they got snot bubbles coming out of their nose.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Got some room to run. Past the 30. 10. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6. On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. So the Rebels come out to get this drive started. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
They'll run it. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. To the ground. He's got it again. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be second and long.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Wildcat look didn't get much, picked up a few on that one. Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Knight. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Just gets rid of it to avoid the sack.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
And he tried to pin him deep with that punt. Instead, it goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. Didn't get anything done. 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
Winning first down is such a big deal on defense, like getting them in more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that first down.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Russell rushes on. They'll flip it out to the back on the screen. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They put the brakes on it.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
They give it to him again. Cross the 30 to the 35, and that's a gain of 6.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
Russell from the gun on 3rd down. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. To the back. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. The Rebels with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Might as well run him again. He locked up and held on to bring him down.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. Fast motion in the jet sweep. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. They'll try to convert from the Wildcat. He's changing the play. On the direct snap, it's Daniels. He is stuffed on 4th down and stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out and you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on 4th down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run him again. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough to pick up the 1st down.
And finally, we see a little bit of that, which we talked about coming into this football game. Like, we highlighted him. He's a really good football player. They're going to feature him. He's going to make big plays. Today, the defense has absolutely shut him down. That was actually...
It's complete! Into the end zone! Touchdown, Crimson Tide! He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. And and the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking for space, it's Daniels. Short gain on that run as the clock winds down here late in the half. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Off play action. Under pressure. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
That defender was not fooled at all by the play action. He never thought the offense was running the football. He had his ears pinned back, used his speed to get to the QB.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He's going to fire to the left. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down and an excellent throw, too.
And I would argue that's one of the most difficult things to play as a defense is those second plays when they start to get outside the pocket. He does a great job buying time. And that, what does he do when he rolls out? It gets his receiver a chance to get down the field more, and then he chucks it downfield for the big completion.
Looking to pass. It's Knight. Look out! Outside the pocket, lets it go. Right side, it's Daniels. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Guys, week 9, kind of a week where we separate the pretenders from the contenders here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with the Washington State Cougars taking on the North Texas Mean Green.
Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They start this 3rd quarter, 1-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
And the Rebels have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. The handoff. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Looking for room. It's Turner. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Give to the fullback. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Back to throw. It's Knight. Fires immediately. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. They were counting on making a few yards after the catch on 3rd down. Instead, they're staring at 4th.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times you trust your guy. You throw it to him and you say, I can make somebody miss or lower my shoulder and get to...
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Needs it here on 4th down. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
They stop him in his tracks, tried to sneak that fullback loose, and nothing doing.
You know, when you're running counter, those offensive linemen crashing down, they've got to be able to pin those interior D linemen. They couldn't get it done there. They gave up too much penetration, and that led to the tackle for loss.
After losing a couple of yards, it's now 2nd and 12 as they try to keep this drive moving. Back to throw, and they've got to go a long way. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And if this offense wants to get back in the football game, it starts up front. Like, they've got to do a better job of protecting their quarterback. A 3rd down and long situation coming up. They'll have another opportunity. They got to keep their quarterback upright.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
And just pressure. You got to love the ability to get to the quarterback, make him feel uncomfortable. And then the cherry on the sundae, Jesse, is getting him on the ground and forcing a long yardage situation for your offense.
Yeah, life is chaotic for this quarterback right now, David. No doubt about it. This pocket is collapsing, and you saw it on that last play. He does not have time to set his feet, survey the field, and make an accurate throw.
The Tide ready to roll on offense. Pulled and finds his man on the left. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage, but you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
Out wide right, it's Scott. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on 3rd down. Now here's Russell. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48. Here comes the Ole Miss offense onto the field. They weren't able to move it on their last possession, ended up punting it away, but now in a tight game, another opportunity for this offense. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Give to the big fullback. Thrust that arm out.
And you got to throw the fullbacks a bone occasionally, okay? Those dudes have one of the worst jobs on the field, always blocking every single play, down in, down out. You get those situations, you can give him the ball, give him a bone, reward him for all of his hard work.
The give to the fullback. Tried to keep those big legs churning, but he'll be stopped for a loss.
Man, what a game this guy has been having, living in the opponent's backfield. Already has 2 sacks in the game, and now he gets a TFL. He is so athletic, so quick twitch, so slippery, they just can't block him.
On the ground, it's Daniels. And he's brought down after a short gain. Third and long coming up. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They've already got a bunch of sacks on them today and another quarterback pressure. This offense has to try to find a way to get the ball out a little bit quicker, to protect their quarterback a little bit more. Whether it's screens, whether it's draws, whether it's rolling your quarterback, something has to change for this offense to protect the quarterback a little bit better.
They're all over it. It's incomplete, and the defense makes a stop and gets the football back.
Love the coverage on defense there. Fourth down, they were ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
And you want to talk about gang tackling, everybody on the defense run to the ball. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. From the gun, the ground game. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Keelan Russell. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. It doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Trying to make one miss. Excellent coverage and tackle that time, and that's how the 3rd quarter comes to a close. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more quarter to play. It looks as if we are ready to go here in the 4th. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Snap it to the back. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Finds a tight end down the gut. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line.
When I have all that speed on the field, I got to find a favorable matchup. They're all across the board. Which guy do I know can win? Man-to-man coverage, you can see that guy could win on that play.
There he goes. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. He has 89 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And, man, how many times are we going to call his name today? He has been so much fun to watch. Got a couple of sacks, add another tackle for a loss here. He has been all over the field, and he has made some serious plays for this defense.
Open space at the 25. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
These quarterbacks are nightmares to play. Pretty good coverage on the outside. Man-to-man, nobody looking at the quarterback. He takes off. He doesn't look like a quarterback. Looks like a running back. Chews up yards, gets way down the field, and makes a big play for this offense.
They were all over it.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity to put 6 up on the board with that guy in your backfield.
And watching this offense the past couple weeks, man, everything's hard. And they got to find a way to get some easier routes, some quicker throws, some higher percentage things, because they're just not hitting at a high clip, and they got to find a way to make things easier and alleviate some pressure off their quarterback.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
And this offense obviously wanted to take the lead, but they chip into the lead a little bit. Now they're going to need their defense. Just give me another opportunity. They only need a field goal in the fourth quarter. Nice job cutting into that lead.
Here comes that Alabama offense. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Right side, it's Lindsey. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
Throwing Russell. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. The handoff as they run the counter play here. Driven back.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Runs through the tackle. Nice run to pick up his way for good yardage there. Hoping to help their kicker out with a few yards on 3rd down, because from here it would be a 58-yarder. Moving the pocket, it's Knight. Rolls right. He's going to take off. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling.
Defensively, the clock late in the game, when you're winning, it's your friend. You got to find a way to keep that thing ticking. When you rush the passer, keep that quarterback in the pocket. Make him beat you from in there. You're dropping back in coverage. You got more DBs on the field. You're just trying to let him throw the football, get him on the ground, let that clock tick.
We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Changing the routes with his receiver. Direct snap. It's Turner. Down he goes.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you get a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
Makes the grab over the defense, and they are threatening now down at the 15. Running the red zone. It's Turner. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on 1st down.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Keeps it on the ground. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Touchdown, Rebels. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
What a great job by this offense. And listen, I judge offenses by what they do in the clutch, in those big moments and right before the half, in the 4th quarter, late in the game, just like right here. You need a score. You got to go take the lead. They do everything they can. Now, defense, you're up. I need you to get me a stop.
He gets it into the end zone for the 2 to push that lead out to 7. Fielded in the end zone. It's Bohannon. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Keelan Russell makes the grab. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running.
Quarterbacks have got to have composure, and I know this guy's thrown some picks. He hasn't thrown for a ton of yards, but if he can put a great drive together here, and he's got the talent and ability to do that, he can lead his team to victory in this 2-minute situation.
Out wide right, it's Rodgers. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. Tight end finds a soft spot. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Throws to the wideout. Laundry down on the field as the pass is incomplete, but let's see what the penalty is. You can grab, but you can't hold on. A defensive holding penalty will give this offense a first down. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. He wants a big play here late. It's him in stride inside the 10. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. Ole Miss calls its second timeout. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. And this is the chance for this offense. A first and goal, 4th quarter, trying to tie the game up. Russell. Looking to get it in. Touchdown, Bama! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And they are a mere extra point away from tying this game. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the 4th. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And what a huge score and extra point there to get it tied in the final minute. Ole Miss calls its 3rd and final timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Looking for a man. It's Knight. He'll throw it. That one just came off his hand badly.
Hey, this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it. This, guys, it hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before, and I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to throw and not much time to work with. He takes a chance and fires it across the field. Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. The pressure was rising, drama just encapsulating this entire stadium, and the defense comes up with that pick.
Yeah, so the quarterback, he's got to be able to handle this situation. Obviously, everything gets elevated. Everything has to happen a split second sooner. You feel the crowd noise. You can feel the energy, but you've got to keep your poise. And you just wonder in this juncture of the game if the quarterback's starting to lose his cool.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Handoff again. Powers through the defender. Oh, he's got some space. They get the timeout called with 7 seconds left on the clock. It's 1st and 10 from the 13. Throwing Russell. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Man, what a play by the defender. Thrown into the end zone, he swats it away. When a game's this close, this late, that's a play when we look back on this one that maybe helps win the game for this team.
And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. It's good! A huge field goal, and they've taken the lead in the waning seconds.
Big-time moment. This place going bananas, cheering for their squad, cheering for this guy to miss the kick so he can't take the lead, but he delivers in the clutch, and this place just got really quiet.
Catches it inside his 20. Chance to really gain some ground.